Welcome to the Scottish Rally Championships, and no speeding on the way home.
He's broke it.
Midges, glorious midges. Where else could we be but the forest in Dumfries and Galway for the RSAC Scottish Rally, the third counting round of the KC Groundworks Scottish Rally Championship. As ever, we have a packed top 10 and actually a packed top 80 of cars here ready to compete the rally. Let's see who comes out on top.
The Scottish Rally marks the halfway point of the 2019 SRC season. 78 crews would take the start in Moffat, and there's some big stories set to play out over the 6 stages. David Bogie is going for a 6th Scottish Rally win to tie the legendary Roger Clark's record. The Fabia let him down on the Speyside while leading. Will it be alright this weekend?
Yeah, we're hoping for a good run. We're out yesterday, we had a good shakedown yesterday, so stages will be difficult today. I think with the two-wheel drive cars going first, it'll leave a bit of a slightly different line for me to change, but you know, we'll make the most of it, and we're very much looking forward to it.
Ewan Thorburn and Paul Beaton have been on the run of a lifetime in 2019. Undefeated this year on 6 events, both north and south of the border. With the infamous rivalry between Ewan and David still very much alive, the Focus crew won't be going down without the fight.
Yeah, we're obviously on a bit of a good run at the minute, so we're hoping to keep that going today. The bit of rain this morning, which obviously helped the dust, will help us being second on the road, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Further into the top 10, there's been some moving and shaking of both cars and personnel. Freddie Milne's Evo has been sold and replaced with a McKinstry R5 Fiesta. John Wink has a new face in the hot seat of the Hyundai. John Forrest stepping down due to business commitments, and Neil Shank steps in for the rest of the season. So an intriguing mix for the 6 stages ahead, starting with Twigleys and Castlelower.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. 40, 5 right in, 120, 4 left, no cut. Into long 1 right over 70, C70 to unseen brakes, 3 left, and 2 right in, and 1 left 80. 1 left 80, 2 left.
This is the first time that this season Bogie and Rowan have run behind the two-wheel drive crews on the road. It doesn't seem to affect them too badly, fastest on both the opening stages, but only by 3 seconds each time. Perhaps worryingly for Bogie, Thorburn and Beaton were off the road briefly in SS1 and weren't overly happy with their SS2 performance. To only be 6 seconds back means there's way more to come from the Focus. And this two-way is going to be a three-way. The Scottish sees a much more aggressive Gary Pearson than we have seen in a while. Perhaps overdriving in SS2, the Fiesta man was just 3 seconds back from the Focus after 2 stages.
And long crest, to right 6 minus in, hug, nips, and keep left over crest, and flat right 2 in, and stop, right 4 in over crest line, narrows, and left 8, 60. Left 6 in, fast, 50 up. Right 9, half, 40 up. Right 4 minus in, okay, and turn, hairpin left. Flat right 2 over 60, over crest, tightens.
Left 4 line, 120. Turn right 9 narrows. Oh, well done. Woohoo! Yeah, dancer!
Already 21 seconds away from Pearson, it's a steady start to the day for Jock Armstrong and Cammy Fair. Jock admitting to not being fully awake in SS1, dropping 15 seconds. The Impreza crew will be on it in the afternoon. The switch to R5 power went well on the recent Plains rally for Freddie Milne, and it started well here too, just 6 seconds behind Armstrong after 2 stages. Behind the top 5, there was a titanic 6-way battle for the remaining top 10 positions.
Now here's a man with a good man navigator himself, Michael Bennett and Claire Moe in their Evo 9.
Yep.
Not a bad driver himself, obviously. Very committed.
Michael Binney and Claire Moe held 6th after 2 stages, but only had 1 second in hand over the other red Evo 9 of Scott Macbeth and Dan Forsyth. Move back another second and you had Bruce McCombie and Michael Coutts, the Focus man still learning, but definitely not holding back.
For him to beat Andrew in the circumstances, but
he was going to give it a go.
He was.
And he just got caught out.
But here is a car that Andrew, not the exact one, but similar to what Andrew drove last year. Bruce McCombie, big slide on the way in. Maybe a bit too much.
Just 3 seconds down on the Focus, Wink and Shanks were getting used to each other in the I-20 and were only 5 seconds ahead of Donnie McDonald and Andrew Faulkner in the Fiesta. Donnie taking a safety first approach after 2 poor results so far this year.
Mistake that cost him a lot of minutes. But he's here now in his Fiesta R5.
Just outside the top 10, Chris Colley and Gary McDonald had the Watson Evo running well, just 4 seconds behind the Culloden Fiesta after 4 stages. Windy Hill and A would make up the second loop, and things are about to get very interesting.
C90, Kerr crest, immediate 1 left over crest, 70 going down, 1 left into 1 right, C180 to turn the square left in, up the hill, into late, 3 right in over crest, and 2 left in, and 1 right over a crest, 40, till 5 right.
First through, Bogey and Rowan, and it's a fairly steady look for the Fabia, third quickest in Windy Hill, and fastest by only 2 seconds in A.
Opens, 5 left in, opens, and 3 left, and slowing 3 left over crest, into square left, comes up quick, no cut, into 4 right, 40, keep right over crest, and 1 left, and deceptive square left.
It's going good. It's difficult. It's starting to dry out now, so that's where we lose our advantage to the World Rally cars. So we're having to drive hard to try and maintain the lead, and we're enjoying it.
Second on the road, Thorburn and Beaton. They took 2 seconds out of Bogey and Windy Hill, but A was to be a disaster. This stall at the famous hairpin may have decided this event. 12 seconds at a standstill and 7 seconds slower than bogey through the stage. Ewan is not a happy man.
No, the first one was alright. The second one, we were having a good run. Maybe a mile, 2 miles before the end, there's a hairpin. We overshot it and stalled and couldn't get it going, so we dropped a bit of time there. So yeah.
Oh well, that's a shame. But still, you've another 2 left to do. So
2 left to go, so I need to get my finger out and sort it out. So that's it. So we'll push on and see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But this loop is very kind to Pearson and Bowen, fastest in Windy Hill and only 2 seconds back from bogey in A. With Thorburns' problems, the Fiesta is now up to second, just 8 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, it's going alright. I think we've had a wee bit better afternoon there just now. We're still making a couple of mistakes here and there, but not costing us a huge amount, but it's going reasonably well.
Good, excellent. Do you know whereabouts you're lying in the overall?
I think we've just crept up to second, but it's only just, so we'll see with these next 2 stages that have been repeated from this morning. We'll just have to see what they hold up like and see how we hold up this afternoon, but we'll do our best and see where we can finish.
Armstrong and Fair are fully awake now, and it's hard to imagine an Impreza being driven harder. Amazingly, they can't seem to break out of 4th place over this loop. Maybe the car is finally showing its age.
Right over crest, short left 4, no cut. Into right 2, 50. Long left 2, tightens the 4, narrows. Right 4 loose. Into left 3 in, 100. Left 1. 100, left 5, no cut, into right 1, keep left over crest, right 1 in, C300 over crests, to left 5 line, 70.
Behind the top 4 there's been some movement, Macombi and Coots up to 5th and only 2 seconds ahead of Macbeth. The Red Evo 5th quickest in A. Moving from 10th to 7th over this loop, McDonald and Faulkner have picked up their pace and are just 7 seconds back from Macbeth. But A is also a disaster for Binney and Mole. Total brake failure, reducing SS4 to a crawl. John Wink catching them on stage and dropping time too. The Hyundai still in 8th, with a 9-second deficit to McDonald.
Keith.
1 minute and 16 seconds back, Keith Morris and Terry Mallon were once again getting the most out of their older Evo. They were just 5 seconds ahead of the ever-competitive Ian Baumgart, the Subaru now in 10th. We would lose a couple of big names on this loop. Freddie Milne found an R5-sized hole in Windy Hill, and Chris Colley would call it a day after a puncture resulted in the slowest time recorded in SS4. A return to Twigley's in Castle Orr would decide the day. First, let's have a look at some memorable drives.
150 over the finish. Take care, small crest, long left 6, keep on over that boards. Your left 6 coming up here. Right, steady off, knock it off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Got it. Got that.
15th overall went to championship sponsor Kevin Crawford and co-driver Andrew Stevenson. Despite modifying the back end of the car during the day, this was their best performance yet, finishing just 17 seconds behind Alan Dixon and Martin Forrest.
I've had a good day. Lot to learn. But a few untidy moments, so lost a bit of time, but it's a part of learning, so next time we're finished, got a good result, so.
It wasn't a good start for the sack maker with 2 punctures over the opening loop. 14th was a good salvage job at the end of the day. Thirteenth overall and top SRC two-wheel drive went to Ian Wilson and Chris Williams, bouncing back after their Speyside retirement. This leaves them 4th in the two-wheel drive points, while Gordon Murray and David O'Brien continue to top the table. Not registered for the SRC, the two-wheel drive win in the Scottish went to the glorious sounding escort of Roger Chilman, getting in some Scottish mileage before the Roger Albert Clark later this year. Slipping to 11th at the finish, Ian Baumgart and Sinclair Young missed out on a top 10 by only 4 seconds to Morris and Mallon. Yet another fantastic result for the Evo 6 crew. And that top 10 puts Keith into the Challengers points lead by just 2 points from Baumgart, with Alan Dixon just another point back. They'll have to watch their backs. Form man Scott Macbeth isn't too far behind. Brakes restored on at least 3 corners of the car, Benny and Mo managed to salvage 9th after a difficult day. Two minutes up at the finish, Macbeth and Forsyth slipped to 8th at the end of the event, just 6 seconds behind McDonald and Faulkner's R5. But both these crews were overhauled by Wink and Shanks over the final loop. John fired up after that time lost in A, producing 2 fifth fastest times on the last 2 stages. Not a bad start for the new pairing. And 5th is McCombie and Coote's best SRC result so far in the Focus. Bruce starting to find his feet in the Ford, heading into the second half of the year. Over a minute clear and with a minute and 40 seconds to third in front, Armstrong and Fair ended the day in no man's land. Consistently 4th all day, it was a bit of a frustrating event for the Impreza man.
And right 6 in, over crest, and left 5 no cut, 100. And crest, and left 3 in. Into crest, right 7 no cut.
Third quickest in both the final stages was not enough for Pearson and Bowen to hold on to second. Still, the next few events look very interesting if their pace continues to grow in this fashion.
Left 5 in very fast 100. Flat left 2 for the dip, 50 up. Keep left of a flat crest jump, 70. Flat crest 110, flat left 1 over crest jump 45, slowing, loose, turn open, right 8 in, 60 down, left 5 in, fast, 50, deceptive, long right 9, opens, long flat right 3 for the dip, 50, flat left 3 in, and keep right into flat crest, the long flat left 2 in, C200. Care, right 1, and deceptive, left 6 in over crest, care. Good.
Well done.
Well done, Matt.
Yeah, it's been a good day. I think we tailed away a little bit at the end there, but other than that, first 4 stages was very, very good for us, and I think we put a bit of pressure on, but just didn't have enough this afternoon, so can't complain, and the stages were very, very nice, so credit to the organisers.
Good, excellent. And you'll be out in the Argyle?
Yeah, that's the plan, Argyle, and then see where it goes after that, but yeah, we'll just keep pushing and try to keep getting better.
Fastest by 5 seconds in Twiglees and eco-fastest on the final stage, Thorburn and Beaton did everything they could to try and regain the time lost in A. Second sees the winning streak ended, but there's a new determination in the team to regain the top spot as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's been okay. Obviously, we'd like to get another win under our belt, but it didn't happen to be. I had a few issues with the car and made a few mistakes myself, but you can't win them all, so obviously good to get points for second and stay and lead the championship, so yeah, it's not been too bad.
Excellent, good. Paul, from your side of the car, how was it?
Yeah, good enough day, yeah. We're just we're being hard on ourselves and kicking ourselves for wee mistakes, and the car went a wee bit sick there in the last stage, but it's one of these things. We've been very lucky so far this year, had a good run, so had to come to an end at some point, but yeah, we'll regroup and go on to the next one and take it from there.
3, 2, 1, go. 45 right in, 120, 4 left, no cut, into long 1 right, continues for 70, then C70, unseen bridge to 3 left and 2 right in, and 1 left, 80. It's okay. 1 left, 80, 2 left, turn immediate square right.
In the past, Bogey's winning margin on this event would have been minutes. This year, it was only 6 seconds. I don't think there's a better illustration of the competition and overall pace of the SRC. David knowing as well as anyone, it would have been even closer had Thorburn not stalled in A, and it's a well-earned 6th Scottish Rally win.
To 1 left in, to tight 5 right again, and long crest 5 right in, repeat 5 right in, and keep left over crest and 2 right in, and care adverse 4 right in over crest, and square left, 60, 5 left in, 60 up the hill.
Obviously my local rally, so one that I was very keen to win, so it's been a good day. We've been pushing hard, tricky rally, some big loose rocks in places, but adds to the challenge, so no, it's been good. Car's been fantastic, tyres fantastic, and John's been fantastic, so makes it easy for me.
Good. John, got to get it from your side of the car. How was your day?
I had a great day. David drove really, really well. It's my first Scottish one, and it was really nice to get it. So I want to thank David and everybody that's made it happen, and I want to thank the whole the club for putting on a great rally. And we'll be back next year to hopefully try again.
So Bogey takes her first win of the year, but what a fantastic 3-way fight at the top. The second half of the season could be very closely fought.